Hello and welcome to Summoner Spotlight. Today I'm going to be throwing down with Mordekaiser, the Master of Metal. Now Mordekaiser is a tanky AP type of character. He's best suited for teams that don't have very good magic resist or for just any good rank game. Now, as you can see, I'm being ganked by Kennen and the other Mordekaiser, but what they're going to make the mistake of doing is getting too close to me while I'm my ult. I pick off Kennen easily and then I kite Mordekaiser around the tower to get a double kill. Now, Mordekaiser is an excellent champion for some of these reasons, like getting people who get off guard like this. It's just really easy for you to turn the tide of battle. With his shield and his constant health regeneration, it's really hard to tell if you can get a Mordekaiser close to his tower. As you can see, they guessed wrong and they both got killed. Now, the Aurelia is going to come in and try to stun this Veigar with her a lunge, but she's going to get stuck in his stun. I ghost and hit my ult on him so he doesn't get away. They might have noticed that the Gangplank used his ult there. That was a pretty bad move just on his part because Olaf's ult just completely counters his. Now let me just talk about some of the basics of Mordekaiser while you just have some of this footage. Mordekaiser is a very good tank. With that said, that means you try to build tanky items. The only difference is Mordekaiser has some AP stacking, which gives him some pretty good ability with a little bit of AP. So stuff like Rylays and other things that give health and AP are pretty good choices on him. Now my basic build is I start out with a regrowth pendant, I go into a health potion, I run to my lane, I farm up usually until I have enough for boots and another regen pendant. And then I just build based on what they're... Now, being able to engage around a tower is one of Mordekaiser's strengths. With his shield, he's able to take a couple tower hits, which makes him a pretty good harasser, even if they're hugging their tower pretty good. Now you're going to see me attack this Tryndamere right here, but then I'm going to get chased. I'm going to be killed, but Zillion's ult is going to keep me alive. My Nunu's awareness of the situation is going to allow him to cast his ult, and we're going to be able to take out a lot of these guys. Now just watch as I run into the bush so they don't know I have the ult on until I'm in the bush. Now they all scatter and we're able to pick them off pretty easily. The Aurelia is going to come in from the side and she's going to get this guy right here. Now you can see that was a pretty successful team fight right there for us. What you got to remember is you got to help your teammates right there. Like as Mordekaiser, I did my job. I took a lot of damage and I brought them towards my teammates who were able to finish them off. Like some other characters like Nunu, he did his job excellently. I mean, his ult was just cast on 3 people. I mean, that's pretty good for a Nunu ult. Now you're going to see this Tryndamere, he's going to make the mistake of he's going to try to take my tower down when he has no ult. I mean, he could say it's worth it because he got the tower, but in the end, we still had like 3 more towers than they did. I don't think it was a very good trade. Just to give me his gold bonus for him having a spree. Now, this game was not going well for the other team. That's why video is going to have 2 games because we won pretty fast. I mean, we were able to just completely dive them inside of their own base for most of the game. I mean, our Aurelia was very fed. I had a ton of assists, a bunch of kills. I mean, it was not going well for them. Now, this Nunu's going to engage 2 people. He probably can take alone. I'm going to run in. I'm going to kill both of them, but Nunu's going to die. You're going to see this Olaf's going to try to engage, but I'm going to throw Ignite to counter him out, and then I'm going to throw my ult on top of it. Nunu gets chased by Tryndamere, and he gets killed. I don't realize this till it's too late, so what I do is I kite Tryndamere till he pops his ult, then I run around until that runs out, then I finish him off. It's important to not fight Tryndamere while he's in his ult, you're just going to lose. Okay, so this is near the end of game 1, so we're pretty much pushing their Nexus pretty hard right now. We're going to pick off this Veigar, and then we're going to get a little cocky, try to run in, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Our team's just really, really fed. And this is kind of the danger of feeding a team like this. I mean, we all are kind of people who, once we get our gold and start getting rolling, it's really hard to shut us down. And with the new patch, I mean, the 20-minute surrender, it's really easy to just, like, demoralize a team and get a quick surrender now. Okay, as you can see, we're going to win. I think my final score was 13 kills, 5 deaths, and 20 something assists. Okay, we're going to start game 2, and in this lane, I'm going to be fighting a Olaf and a Maokai, the new tree champion. Now, they started out pretty strong, but me being solo, it was kind of easy for them to get some early harass on, so once I got my key abilities, it kind of went downhill for them. Now you're going to see I'm going to push these guys back, and I called to my Shaco to gank a little bit ago, and he's going to come in, and he's going to get this Maokai. And this is just an example of how your jungler should really be able to see the map, find an opening, and go take it to get some early kills. Now you're going to see he's going to go all the way around this brush right here. If you look on the minimap, you can see he's going to jump behind and he's going to stab him right in the back. I mean, that was a pretty well executed gank right there. You usually don't want to run too close to the enemy from a side bush, like from the creek or the river, just because that gives them a lot of time to run away. If you go all the way around, you usually can close in a couple extra hits, which might make the difference. Now, I personally don't think Maokai is that strong of a champion just from my experience fighting him so far, but I'm sure that people will get better with him or he will be patched in some way. Now you're going to see that right now this Olaf is going to get really close to me. I'm going to just run up to him with my shards on and he's just going to die. I mean, his health just completely went away. I just have to follow him now and he dies. Maokai just knows he can't take me because of my shield and he decides to retreat. Now you might see when I fight this Maokai, whenever the saplings get activated, I run away and let the creeps take the blast. That's a pretty good strategy for not getting hit by those because they do start to hurt once he gets them around level 3. Now right there, I ran up with my Shaco again, and we're just another example of how good ganking can totally change the tide of a lane. I mean, this lane was completely destroyed by constant Shaco ganking and me constantly keeping them at low health. With harass like that and some pretty smart ganking, I mean, it's pretty hard to lose your lane. Right here you can see another example, except this was probably not too smart of me. I try to re-engage when the Maokai is low health. I do get him, but that could have been pretty disastrous if he had a stun. I mean, it's important to get kills, but don't be too cocky and get yourself killed. That's always a worse thing. I mean, kills are not worth deaths. Okay, now I included this clip in here because I wanted to show you that I am not very good sometimes. I mean, I don't claim to be the best Mordekaiser out there. I just thought it would be good to have a commentary out there, and you can see I engaged totally at point blank towards the tower, and I nearly died. I mean, this was not a good move on my part. It could have got me totally killed. I just thought a clip like that would be important to show you that, you know, you can die very easily if you get overly cocky, even when you're fed like I was on that clip. I mean, now you see that this Urgot can chase him, but sometimes it's better to just let them go. That was a pretty good gank, but if he had gotten faster or if he's old, he might have died. Now this is towards the end of the video. I'm pretty sure the surrender in about a few seconds, but I just thought leave any comments if you have any, leave any tips if you want to give them, and subscribe, rate, thumbs up. Don't troll if you don't think the build or anything is good. I mean, I'm not here to argue that part. I just thought this commentary could help some people. A never-ending cycle.
Victory!